Hi guys and welcome back to TeoGamingLab. Let's go through the best setting for your veggie field in Manor in a methodical way. So the first question I would like to answer will be which is the best size for the backyard dedicated to vegetables. So, and to answer this question, the first thing they did is to create a backyard extension with different sizes, and for that I helped myself with the corpse pit. So nowadays it is difficult to make the backyard with the exact dimension of 1, 2, 3 corpse pit. So I made an approximation, and you can see this one is a little one, and it corresponds to family for one corpse pit. Basically, it's around 0.25 Morgan. Then there is the mid one, which is more or less the size of two corpse pit, so it's 0.5 Morgan. And then there is the big one, which is theoretically the size of 4 corpse pit, so it's 1 Morgan for 2 families. So once we collect or once we have built all the houses, the next thing to do is basically build a way that the houses are built and they are populated by the two family. Basically what I do is to complete the settings is to add one granary, which is this one. Yes, so the family does not basically take much time to bring the vegetable to the granary. Of course, if you look here, those two houses will be a little bit more advantage. You should, to be more precise, put it in the middle, but it's okay. And then there was no water close to it, so the well is here. And basically I also built this burgage plot because I wanted to answer a further question, and the question that I want to answer you can see by clicking this burgage plot, and you see this little symbol that is new to me, and it's called pollination. So theoretically, due to apiation affinity and meadow environment, you have a bonus for the production, and the current effect is 41%. And basically I want to see if this effect increase if I have the apiary close to the field or not. So basically the apiary is different from what it was before, because before it was a dedicated building that produces only honey. Now is a backyard. You can find it in the backyard of the burgage plot. You need to pay to have the apiary and basically produce honey and every now and then wax. We will cover that in another video. So theoretically, having bees close to the field is hopefully will work like in farthest frontiers, which will benefit the production of the crops. It is March finally, and the vegetable season start. The vegetables can be collected from March to the end of November, and to make sure that they are dedicated to the crops, I didn't assign them any work in the city. They do just collect crops. So the question is, how do we estimate the amount of vegetables that they pick up and that they produce? The three kind of backyards. We need a metric, and that you can have if you click on the burgage plot on general. Then you have the yield, and here it says modest, but if you hover over it, it tells you the number of crop that they have collected in the last 365 days. So what do we need to do now is to wait until December and see how much crop they have collected from the December of the year before. Now there was already some crops in the field, but as you can see they were all full. So in the perfect world, you would like to dismantle those fields and then rebuild them in January, so they start from 0. On the other hand, this is the likely scenario that you will have from year 2 for each of the field. So if you start empty, that scenario only for year 1, because from year 2 on, then you will likely to start like this. So we situation will start in May. So the small field has already gathered the thing that remained from the last year, and they basically have replant everything completely, and they are doing now something else because they basically have nothing else to do until the vegetable actually grow. Field number 2, so they have gathered everyone from the past year, and they are still putting down the seeds to grow the plant, and they still have for quite a while, I would say for a couple of months more. Big field, they have a lot to do. They have gathered everything from the last year. They are replanting, but there is way much empty soil. Now is so December finally, and as you can see, everyone went home. So from March to December, and then winter is approaching, and it's time to enjoy some vegetables that has been collected. So let's see the final result. So in the last 365 days, the small plot has a good yield. So it's nothing bad. You can have a small plot. You have 2 harvests a year, a good yield with 133 carrots. Then we go to the second plot. And the second plot, the yield is excellent. So the second plot is already enough for you to have an excellent yield with 200 plus veggie per year. And now the third plot. Let's open up the last one. We go to the general, and the yield is of course excellent, that we already knew, with the beauty of 227. So yes, it's more than the mid plot, but not so much. I mean, I think it's proportional to the small one, which was no, actually it's 133. So there is a big difference between the small plot and the mid plot, but between the mid plot and the big plot, there is not such a big difference. Would I recommend the big plot? I mean, theoretically, if you want the most amount of the highest amount of vegetable, yes, probably you should go for the biggest one, but it's space consuming. Those two fields, they basically are almost never used, so I don't see why you should do that. Definitely I will go for something like the second plot, so a mid plot, the classic one that has always been recommended to build. I think that's the best choice. You have this all with bees. Will it change something without bees? We are gonna see that. So March of year 2 without bees. So what you can see is that we are in the same situation of last year. There are many vegetables to be collected already that came from the seeding of last year. And what you can notice is that without bees, one thing has changed. If you click over the Burgess plot and you go on the pollination, oops, it's 39% now. Last year it was 41%. Basically it is due to the fact that I cancelled the apiary backyard. If you put it in another place, it will come back to 41. So it doesn't matter if it's close here or if it's here in the village. If you click on the field on the pollination, there will be anyway written 41. Will it be more if you buy more backyard of bees? I believe so, because it will increase the meadow percentage, but we can try it as a third question, as a bonus question at the end of this video. Now let's see the production of the second year. December, tool down. So we go and evaluate the harvest without the beets. So the small plot, ladies and gentlemen, has harvested good, good. 129. Last year it was 133, so a little bit less. The second plot last year was 203. This year, without bees, it has generated an excellent harvest, 191, so less than the previous year. The third plot, it was generating 227 last year, something like this. This year is again excellent, but 198. So the larger the plot, the lower the amount of carrots. Of course, it's only 1 year. You need probably to do more year to have a significant number, but without the beets, it decreases the percentage of the pollination effect, and then you will have some percentage of vegetable less. Now for the last question, let's build 3 honey backyard. So 1, and as you can see, it's already changed because now if you go to the pollination, it's 41% instead of 39, and then that is map wise. You don't need to do it close to the field. You can do it wherever in the map. But will it be increasing further if we do 2 apiary? Let's see. We go here and the pollination is 43%. So yes, it's proportional to the number of the apiary that you have. And how many apiary you should have to have a maximum amount of pollination effect? We have now 3. It's 45. It goes 53. Up. No, it's 49. I think that maximum is 49. So in maximum 5 apiary you can have to increase the pollination. Then it drops. Then it doesn't have any more effect. But it passed from 39 to 49%. So you can increase 10% the production of your vegetables. And with this bucolic scene, I hope this video has been useful to you. And if it was, and if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe for more. Leave in the comments the question that you have and if you want me to investigate something else. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.